Took us a while to get here, and in fact, we're starting a little bit late, but don't worry, Pineapple Phillips and Boggs bring you the action. Strife a race into the A site. They have found a good number of kills, but Cxzi is in a recoverable situation. 1v2, but the dualies do not excel at range, and Eris, his Glock will prove more than worthy an adversary. He finds the final kill. Strife looking to make up for the plethora of transgressions that were the slip up on 5 map points on map 2. They were up 15-14, had 3 opportunities in the first round of overtime, and then lost it in the second round. It's a crazy flub to see us off to Inferno.
Yeah, it's a good start for Strife here, as they choked out their last map. Pretty bad, as a matter of fact, and they're going to try and get this one done here in the third and final. Cxzi takes about half damage on that aggressive peek. Chop takes him as well out towards B. But no initial kills for either side just yet. Both sides probing up and down. Ooh. Aggression from Infinite almost called out, but not quite capitalized upon by Chop. Joel's peeking around towards A, looking for that opening kill. We'll find if he can find that opener. It's a very segmented take from Strife, though. They've left the bomb down bottom banana. They're probing elsewhere on the map. There's a lot of time left, but that lot of time will turn into not too much time very quickly. And if they lose that opening player, that's when things can really get ugly. But Infinite's now lurking out towards B. The bomb is going towards A. 5-7 of Silas around towards... Oh, are they going to double back again? They might just, after Infinite's, just open up the B site.
Yep, double back. Clean openings, complete control. No doubt in my mind, they'll leave a player around just to hold for some sort of rotations, perhaps. That's Joel's in the apartments. But Infinite's harvested a good bit of cash, $1,200 to be exact, from those 2 kills. He secured the site. He secured a safe passage for the bomb. And now if Joel's can just stay alive and find these kills, it will be a clean and flawless second for Strife. Again, a very different affair from what was that scrappy fever dream of a second map.
That second map was something. I think it's something both teams would like to forget. Although Vendetta, they came out on top, so maybe they wouldn't like to forget it that much. Joel's, though, with the 5-7. Or, not Joel's, Tinder, excuse me. On to Joel's, the 5-7. Gets 1 kill. I'm not so sure why Strife are hunting the pistols, because this can lose them rifles. And there's literally no reason why you want to lose these guns. They lose 2! They lose 2 rifles. For nothing.
They hunt down Kevlar.
The scrap
it was a force
has
buy.
begun.
It was a force buy.
But they've lost rifles for nothing.
That's true. They did lose. Oh, that was an AK and 2 Galils. That's actually kind of bad.
It's not great.
You didn't realize they lost the AK. They kept the AK up with the Galil hunting. Okay. Redeemable in my eyes, because they're hunting down the Kevlar. They want to make it as easy of a round in round number 3. But yeah, losing that many rifles is definitely rough. The Scout is still in play as well. Cxzi is a very scary threat with that. He'll get the tag onto Snakes to start off this round right for the CT side. Stamina, though, with the MAC-10 in hand, is looking to harvest a bit of cash. He's the only player with the SMG. He'll find a first. He should find a second as well. Will they expect the player second oranges? Yes, Stamina finds that. Joel's now looking for the player apartments. We'll find it for free. There we go. Tenderized. Just Silas and Cxzi. Silas will be unexpected in the back calls, and the Scout will tag Stamina to 1. He'll hunt it down with reckless abandon. That gives Silas an opportunity. Ooh, Infinite taken down by Cxzi as well. That's now a recoverable AK that will be saved gleefully by Silas. Cxzi will escort him as well. Again, players falling needlessly for the T side of Strife.
Nate, there's some interesting parallels I'm seeing here between this map and Nuke.
Please don't take us back. Please don't. That map was so bad. We didn't know what was going on at all times.
I don't know if Strife or Vendetta knew what was going on either. At least Strife, they just kept pushing in and force buying because they'd lose 3-4 players every single round. And they're starting that trend again. If they don't win things clean, they're going to get caught again. It's another utility heavy map, and arguably more utility heavy on Inferno than it is on Nuke.
true. Strife
You
are
gotta
very
have your
on.
util, man.
Vendetta have the op for Consti. Also have full rifle surrounding it. Kits, good enough utility at least. Strife, their cobbled together bonus round will try to do something. In fact, it will do something. Stamina takes down Cxzi, and Infinite drops down Chopped. Both players towards Banana. And Silas will try to find something on the cross, but the smoke masks the crossing. At this point, these three should be calling the save, and it looks like they will. We asked for Strife to get convincing round victories to build that economy. It looks like they finally found one such dub here and now.
Will Strife hunt? Will Strife go and try and take these guns away? It looks like they're sending a couple players probing around for him. Eris and Stamina in particular. Infinite joining the Exodus. We'll see. Flashes into A. They're going all in. They're going all in on the hunt. And it's not like Strife have the best of money. A couple of players do have a good amount of cash, but there's the first pick going the way of Silas. Utility coming in. Tender's got another. Make it 2 kills. Snakes does finish off 1. Will be reinvestments out of Strife. They don't take the op out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my most important factor here now.
Mm-hmm. And they kept the utility on 2 players, too, and they had a good amount.
It's a beautiful buy in round number 5 for the CT side. Strife. It's full rifles. No op to be trifled with, at least not yet. I don't think they can afford it. They might have been able to, but they're here or there. Cxzi, the first at bat, over towards the sandbags, will fall, but Chop cross-firing with his teammate, combining fire, doubles down in response. Advantage secured for Vendetta. Strife. It's now their turn to fight an uphill battle. 2 players look towards A, and one just holds a banana.
Goes a creeping. He gets punished, but Stamina on the rifle. Picks off Silas. Brings it to a 2v3. This is winnable. This is definitely winnable here. Still not going to be easy.
Chomp is fighting a divided front.
Yeah.
Scared.
He's got a molly, though. So if he uses that at the right time, he could buy time for a rotation to come through. So, here's the option. Utility coming in. Chop still holding on to his Molotov. Tosses that out, but Eris has gone across. Oh, he's going to get flamed away. He's no HP to cross. But Stamina's made it on. He's going to plant oranges. Chop flashes in. He catches Stamina, and he gets the kill just after the bomb goes down. So much on the shoulders of Eris. He sprays wildly. Chop with both. And Vendetta with their first round on the board. A forced plant and an error out of Strife. Vendetta break open the goose egg.
On the board, 3 players surviving as well. Does well enough for the CT economy. Should have a very solid buy going into round number 6. Strife, though, will also have a solid buy. They can get the op if they so desire. Snakes has an 8.8k in the bank. And Stamina, he will buy up the op himself. He won't even ask for it. This is a very solid investment on both sides of the equation. It's going to be an op duel. Cxzi on a heater thus far. 5 kills for himself, 5 for Chop. Cxzi, if there's been a constant throughout today as a whole, it's been slow starts. He is slow to start here and now, nothing new. It's also 5 kills for Stamina, exactly tied with his rival on the other team. We'll have to see if an op duel comes through in the near future.
Cxzi spraying wild, does so much damage on the Infinite and Stamina. They're very, very low. And can't get anything done. Stamina, of course, on the op, a lot less of a problem to be that low on health, but Infinite might just have to use him as bait on an entry. Stamina goes for the fight. He legs Cxzi, but he can't quite get the kill. And Eris walks into the nade, takes all that damage, runs into Silas, who hears it all. There's another kill. Ooh. Infinite traces that back. That's a nifty little refrag, and he's going to continue pushing forward. Cxzi's blinded. He's going to have to retreat to a little more of a defensible position. Infinite caught by Cxzi. Joel spraying, can't get the kill. Snake's so late on joining him. Here's Chop. Easy frag. 2 rounds for Vendetta. Surely, unless Snakes gets a gift here, they would have to literally give him these 1v1v1v1s.
They would. And I just don't think it's possible. It seems like Vendetta were one step ahead on this round. They were just waiting in the angle as Strife swung. The player in towards Cubby, the player CT, Chop finding 2. As they pressed in Joel's and Snakes. It's just Vendetta reading their opponents easily, might I add. And so they deservedly find a second in a row. Make that one a clean one as well with 4 players surviving. Only Silas has to reinvest. And Strife's economy has been broken. They didn't get the bomb plant, so they're going to have to go for a force buy. They're going to try to go for a force buy. They have a hero AK on Infinite, 3 Tech 9s, and a Mac 10. This reeks of a fast play potentially towards Banana, but Vendetta's Banana utility has been on point thus far.
And this nade should be no shy of... Oh, no, he does botch it, but it actually does so much damage because they walk into it. Cxzi does get 2, but there's 2 kills going the other direction. Stamina just trying to knife out onto Psych, get the bomb down. Gets taken out, and the bomb should be getting planted by Joel's here momentarily. His smoke to cover his escape. AK in the hands of both Infinite and Joel's. Joel's just getting harangued down so low. Infinite through the smoke, he's dead. No, he's not. Cxzi doesn't catch him, and Infinite backs away alive. 1v2, this is winnable. He can actually pull this off, and he's creeping onto the side as well. He's just dodging all the damage. He's pulling a Neo from the Matrix.
And he stays alive here. They don't expect this. They surely do not expect this. He's going to get 1 for free. Does that. Can he find the second? He dances with death. Just down around the box. Just buying time. He finds it. He gets the headshot. 9 kills to his name. And a 5th round stolen away by Infinite with a 1 versus 3 clutch in the post plant. You do not see a play like that very often.
Veritable larceny from Vendetta. Infinite. He gets that kill. He just slips by, and then here, he buys time. This is what he's trying to do. He's not necessarily going for the kill. That's a bonus. He's trying to kill the clock, and he gets the kill as a reward. Great movement overall from Infinite in that round. An amazing way to just work around the site. Use everything down to his advantage. Huge clutch for Strife and for Infinite. They're going to be able to buy up again. It's a reset for each team. It's a swing round here on number 8. And Cxzi's going to take that initiative, push down Banana. But see nothing and back away. Does not want to overextend. But he'll go back again after reloading. Has some support. 2 players up top. Car. That's a lot of B pressure here for Vendetta. And Cxzi loses that fight. No refrag at all. And they know the op is here. Ooh, that's brilliant.
Again. A mastermind at 10 kills already. Really pulling ahead of the pack on both sides of the equation. Cxzi is the only one really coming alive for the CT side. Tender in the apartments, though. Double dink onto Joel's. 4 versus 3 in the air is trying to trade. Is caught scaling. Snake's only good for 1 as the MP9 cuts a player away with 1,000 tiny bullets. Active and footing and stamina is so low. Talus just dancing around in the small pit now. Caught by Stamina up towards the top of the graveyard, but will Cxzi go for it? It's a 1 versus 2. It's a tall task, especially with an op in hand, but it is definitely doable for the opper.
I think he's going to save. He doesn't have a kid. He needs this op. There's no money.
On that kill on the cross, he might have gone for it.
Yeah.
And the lack of
But
kid.
he didn't.
He was giving it, giving it a brief hope, like saying, but what if? What if?
Just maybe. It's possible. Stamina's got to run all the way into T-spawn, or else he'll die. Because the bomb radius in Inferno is interesting.
It's gigantic.
Infinite's fine. Stamina's fine. Cxzi's fine. Strife are fine. Vendetta, not so fine. Pretty broke here. Cxzi has that op. What will they buy around it? Probably a half buy. Deagles, 5.7s. Deadly in their own right, just not ideal. We'll have to use Cxzi for an opening. Maybe go for a run boost across the middle. Try and take down somebody peeking down mid. Stamina hasn't got the op on this T side all too often. So there is that, where Strife haven't necessarily had that. And they're still putting up the rounds. But much like Nuke, Nate, they're still taking so many casualties on the rounds they're winning. It's a very scrappy one. It's a street fight for sure.
he is. Crashing down Banana for the pistols. Cxzi finds the opening. Almost a second. Infinite does trade, but now mortally wounded in the op of Cxzi. The save. Jop does do him in, maintaining the advantage by a tenuous margin for the CT side. The issue is Strife now have the information. They're going to absolutely barrel down towards A. Tender trying to defend. Does get a dink, but not the kill. Silas now with the deagle has a lot to do. Not even one. Snakes jumping forward with the MAC-10. Strikes. He strikes true. Says Chop and Cxzi. Chop has recovered an AK. And he's actually trifling with this round, looking for maybe an opening, but if I had to guess, this is likely going to be a save for the Vendetta duo.
Chop drops a smoke. That's going to reveal his position, and Eris not going to spray through. He's going to hold his line as well. He's playing a game of chicken. And Joel's around the hay cart, doesn't spot the head of Chop. Chop will retreat, and it will be the savior. Chop was just looking for some sort of damage. He's still looking for exits, but he's not going to get any. He's going to have to run away now. Maybe he'll catch Joel's. No, Joel's going CT. Snakes into the meat grinder. He'll go down. So that's the only casualty here. 7-2 now in the favor of Strife. Just steadily putting rounds on the board, but again, not keeping enough players alive. Their economy's still in a bit of a rough spot. They have to be careful. They're always on the verge of being reset.
They are. I will say that one player hunting had a MAC-10.
Yes, no, that's fine. He has to escape too. He's gonna die.
Yeah, it's fair for him. But yeah, it's been scrappy, just like Nuke. Just like Nuke.
They gotta keep people alive.
Full AKs at least. Good utility. And Cxzi, fearless, pressuring up towards alt mid. Flashed off, though. A very poignant flash coming in from one of the Strife players. Keeps Joel's alive. As now Strife enter in towards their default. Good boost. Cxzi down to 8. Tagged by Stamina. He's trying to go for the jump boost again, but Infinite was long gone there.
Slow round from Strife. 4 players A from Vendetta. Cxzi getting smoked off will make that call. Preps a nade, but Chop's getting pressured B. Do they go B? Do they call the bluff? Because right now, Strife are actually falling away from this here. They're trying to draw rotation somewhere, it seems. And are they trying to double fake this? That's a lot of info. It's a lot of info for Silo. They are double faking. They are double faking. And they've at least sold Cxzi.
Still 3 players to defend, though. And Tender, first at bat under the balcony, finds the first under porch. Looking for more, doesn't quite find it. Good headshot from Infinite. Cxzi has a lot to do with the hay cart. He tags one, doesn't get the bag, though. He does find Joel's flying. Silas actually does, finding a double. Stamina team kill Snakes. And it leaves himself in a 1v3 with 1 HP. Cxzi is low, but he has no idea where he is. He has no idea where he's lurking. That's a free one for the CT player. And Strife are shut down. That was a chaotic, a hectic turnabout from B to A, and it definitely does not pay off in round number 10.
Doesn't pay off at all. And now the money comes back to bite them. They have nothing. Tech9's on 2, Mac-10's on 2, Era's on 1 kill. And Infinite, he's been doing a lot of work. He needs some help. He needs some run support here. He's got the AK, rightfully so. Wouldn't be a player on this team I'd want to have it more right now. The way he's been playing. Silent jump in for Joel's. And for Eris, potentially? No. Okay, Infinite's going to go in instead. Snakes goes the long way around. They want to get the AK activated, get a couple more rifles for the boys. 3-2, pretty stock standard set, and Cxzi flashback to sight, dropping off the balcony's Tender. Cxzi shuts down Infinite, but Joel's is right around. Cxzi with the trade, but Eris gets him in return. Silas over around the smoke, and it's a man advantage for Strife. A fast A explosion. They use the SMGs and the pistols well. And Eris isn't even going to touch that op. He's just going to sit on site with the MAC-10, and I can't say I blame him. Much better gun for a close-range engagement.
Low on HP, though, the op would probably be the better call, in my honest opinion. But he doesn't feel confident with it. I respect the call. Molotov isn't further back. 28, he is bullied in. Cxzi takes him down. Snakes gives away his positioning without getting the kill. Now things are doable for Vendetta. 2 players on the site. Stamina has to come in big on this play towards truck side. Tries to get the kill. Doesn't find it, but they do get the players off the bomb. Cxzi gets one traded out. Stamina on the side of stance. At this point, he's won the round. Cxzi will find the kill. Does he survive in the pit? No is the answer. Doesn't get far enough into the corner. It is an 8th for Strife as they win it by bomb time. But again, it's scrappy victories where everybody dies or near everybody dies. Strife are not building a T-side economy, so it's just cobbled together buy after cobbled together buy. And I'm very surprised that we haven't seen a timeout as of yet.
We didn't see timeouts on Nuke either. Both of these two teams electing not to use them. I mean, it is getting late. It's 1 a.m. for those on the East Coast. It's, what, 10 a.m. for those on the West Coast? Or 10 p.m., I mean. If it was 1 a.m., that would be, or 10 a.m., that would be very weird, but...
That would be awesome.
It's 10 a.m. somewhere. Silas, he's blind, he's dead. And so is Chop. This banana aggression obliterated by Strife, but Cxzi on the op. He's on the secondary. And you hearkened to this earlier in the series, I actually think it was the ATK series, that you think Cxzi's pretty much the ideal secondary opper.
Go-to, I dare say. Already found the first, looking for more. Blinded, doesn't find the kill while blind, but he'll survive. No, he'll just push in. That's a bit audacious. In fact, too audacious. Snakes takes him down. And now that's the advantage cemented in favor of Strife. Could have gone to that call, found a kill that way. Instead, he really gives the 2-man advantage away and forces his teammates Tender and Cxzi to save. In fact, Tender won't even get to do so. He's taken down by the Galil. Just an outright firepower diff. The op of Cxzi will survive, I'm pretty sure, but Joel's is slowly hunting. If the stars align, Cxzi could fall.
Cxzi's gonna save the op. Well, maybe. He's getting hunted, hounded, legged, and no scope keeps him alive. For the meantime, second shot on a Joel's is flashy, and that should definitely keep him alive. Well worth the hunt, though, for Strife. They were able to get the kill. Unfortunately for Stamina, he only hits the leg shot. And then Cxzi goes and does a little flashy bit of work, and good work there from him. Timeout finally used by Vendetta on a round where they won't be able to get a full buy either. A bit of a pet peeve of yours, I definitely tend to concur, unless they have something in mind they want to do around the op.
I got something in mind.
It definitely is a decision they need to make. Do they buy around this? Because Cxzi can drop an M4.
Exactly. I think they buy around it. I think they drop an M4. They get a kit on Cxzi for good measure. Let's see, what is the buy? They drop Chop. He's the secondary fragger at this point. Cxzi, if he has the A1S equipped, he can go for armor at A1S. Actually, go for a deagle. It's going to be a half buy instead. No, he buys utility down to 800.
Interesting.
Salas stays at 1950 for the moment. Chop at 20. Okay, it's a calculated call. It's going to be a half buy, which I don't hate, but I do hate Cxzi buying down to 800. I think he hit his nade buy bind. It's definitely what it feels like. It feels like that filled up way too quickly.
And that's why buy binds are bad.
Why we never use them here. Good jump across for Cxzi. I don't think he got any information. He was blinded, but they stay alive. And it's just a no-holds-barred aggressive play over towards the arches. Silas is here. He's ready with the 5-7. He finds two. Cxzi combines fire, finding two. Silas finds one. Infinite does drop the op, but Vendetta have been gifted a boon. Another for Tender in the apartments? No, not quite. He does 96 damage. Infinite now. At this point, touching death. They found a way that can do it. Galil, one and done. Silas trades him. Infinite on 4. Can he really find a 1 versus 2 at this HP in this state? No. 5-7 beheads him. AK recovered. That is a gift of a round to Vendetta.
It is. It's nice wrapped up with a little bow. Hand delivered to the door. And Strife. Because it's been so scrappy, they have no money. They're forcing up Infinite with another AK. Tech 9's around the rest of the squad. Armor on everybody. Helmet lacking on Eris. Vendetta. They're still in the reset territory too, so if they do lose this one, it's going to be an awkward spot for them. They should have enough in the tank to get it to a 9-6. They just have to win this one relatively clean. They'll be fine. Stamina takes a lot of damage early on. It's a bit of apps control from Strife as they look to go for another explosion, perhaps. Yade's down banana. Not going to find anything as it's pretty much all A pressure from Strife here. They're ready to go towards A, ready to run around, close the gaps, run and gun with the Tech 9. One of my favorite things to do in this game is just run and gun with the Tech 9, but if I'm trying to get double digits in a map and this is my buy, it's definitely not ideal.
Far from it, in fact. Silas on site, blinded out. Tender, though, is here to support 1 and 2, make that 3 between them. Looking incredibly good, an astute defense from the TP side. Stamina finally finds 1, but they're both incredibly low. Tender lines him up, 1 and 2, knocks him down. 5-8, Vendetta. 5-9, excuse me, Vendetta. Still trailing by a significant margin, but as we talked about, this is a T-sided map for Vendetta. 6-9 is definitely recoverable, especially if they get that pistol round victory.
Definitely doable, indeed. I mean, both teams are stronger on the T side, so significantly stronger on the T side. It's a similar aspect to what we saw on the ATK and Vendetta start, but ooh, there's a good one from Cxzi. Picks off stamina dive, bombing into dark, into under. And he's going to get caught here. Infinite eats a little bit of nade damage, takes a lot of nade damage on the secondary, and he'll back away, grab the bomb, and group up with his mates towards A, but they're going to walk into a meat grinder. There's 2 in pit, 1 mini, 1 big, and then there's the rifle over towards Arches in the hands of Silas. Cxzi with the op, he's just going to try and bait and switch with Tender, allow Tender to get all those kills, and the scrap has really not been good enough for Strife here. And it's cost them significant ground. This could have been a much easier half. This could have been a much bigger lead. If only they would have kept things a little cleaner. Of course, they could still get double digits. Not very likely, though, as they dive in. Flashes out. Tender 1 and 2. Cxzi gets another one as Silas falls. Up to Infinite. His Deagle can probably not do much. It will not do much. 9-6 we head to the half. For 6th and final half of Counter-Strike coming up after the break.
So you say you got a new one. I know that you're trying to believe that you can fake a whole scenario just to make me jealous. Your shadow keeps stalking, and we should stop talking. But we got that special something.
First half ended in a very nice scoreline, 9-6 in favor of Strife. The question is, can they get it across the line on their CT side? I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs. It's been a marathon of a day. Vendetta, what is the play? It's their T side. They're grouping up towards alt mid. Pressuring forward. With that said, though, Stamina, he's coming in from middle, trying to get the information. He does get some, but at a hefty price. He falls. Cxzi taking him down with the Glock. Infinite now. It's his turn to probe. He's going towards Banana, and Vendetta haven't outright committed anywhere as of yet. Tender, timing's everything, and timing's not in his favor. Infinite finds one. Infinite finds two. Cxzi not communicating with the squad. What's going on? Maybe fatigue is finally getting to them. Vendetta, their first bout, their first best of three went all three, and this is their 6th map of the day. It's the second half, no less. They will congregate Congo line out of the apartments and on to A, but can they pull it off in versus 4?
Chop gets Infinite, not clearing out the arch side. Eris not with him either, so they can't double swing this. 2 players arches for Vendetta. Joel's trying to combine, but Chop has both. Holy moly, Chop hitting the Glock shots. Snakes goes down. Pistol round for Vendetta, and that was critical, wasn't it? That's what we said. 9-6 plus pistol. Things can start well for Vendetta.
And of course, both teams not averse whatsoever to the force by round 2 on the CT side. This round is no different.
They're also not averse to scrappy rounds, close buys, and making things go far. They like that whole lots of rounds thing. Stamina though, gonna push down with the scout. Has to be careful not to get plucked out. So it's not even a one-shot kill, unless he hits a headshot. So he'll back away. Gets caught anyways by Tender running up through apartments. Mac 10 clearing it out. Exactly what that gun's good for. It's a Strife. Down their leader. And down one of their best fraggers, although Infinite. 17 kills already this half. In one half. Constant 19. Big individual efforts, but Tender has found a second onto the very same man. Vendetta looking to really just start this one off and tie this thing up as soon as possible. Only 1 kill from Eris. The bomb does drop forward, but Eris is hounded out of the porch in Snakes. He's stuck in CT spawn. Or he started off the round, and he'll finish the round not too far away from him, most likely.
Is he going to go for it? Probably not. Hold for exits. He did buy into this round. It would behoove him to save. Vendetta, though, the question is, will they hunt? We had a lot of issue, and I would agree with you. Strife got too over-eager hunting in round number 2, and honestly, in all of the early rounds in their first half. Vendetta, they can justify one player, namely the Mac 10 going for the hunt, but nothing more. They lose one to Snakes, he'll grab that SMG. That should be it for Vendetta. Should keep the majority of the squad alive, build up that T-side economy, and go from there. You definitely don't want to lose those AKs after all.
No, they don't. Not at all. They need those AKs. They need to keep them. And they've learned the lesson taught to them by Strife. Although, more like learning from example, hey, don't do what I just did sort of thing. And Strife keep on buying. They keep on forcing. Although this round, they'll just go for a half. Minimal investments here. Couple upgraded pistols. Stay around 2K. Should be a 9-9 ball game, though. Unless Strife have some serious deagle kills from Stamina. 5-7s from Infinite and Joel's. Eris on nothing but a smoke and a USP. Vendetta with those 2 SMGs, looking to farm some cash. Tie this one up and get going. Up to our lead. We'll see how slow they want to play this half, though.
Boggs, ATK have won their series 2-1. Okay. Didn't think we'd see anything crazy, wacky, or zany. With the deagle shots missed for Stamina, the MP9 gets a nice 90-degree flick. And this has the makings of a scrappy round. Strife try to play in banana. They do find one on the Cxzi. That's all they'll find. Joel's, never mind. Caster's Curse, he'll press into alt middle, dropping Tender, finishing what Stamina couldn't, but Chop in the meanwhile chops away Eris. And all 3 AKs will stay up as they plant the bomb down over towards B. At this point, Joel should probably be going for an exit with the MP9. He has no Kevlar. No reason to bring the MP9 to the following, so yeah. Hold for something or go for it. Try to do some damage.
Hold for something, do a little damage. He'll back away. Save the MP9. Maybe toss that over to Stamina because he's not going to have too much money, although Snake should be able to drop in an op. That MP9, though, can go somebody. And it can do some damage on this map of Inferno. It's a very good map for those close-range guns. All 3 Vendetta players will stay alive. I believe Silas is far enough away. He's good. Chop's fine. Consti's fine. It's all fine for Vendettas. They're tied. We got a brand new ball game here, Nate. It's a 0-0 scoreline.
I would say 0-0. That implies 16 rounds are required.
True.
Only 7 are required for one of these 2 teams. As long as we don't have
It's-
6 going to each.
It's not MR6.
Oh, God. Except we don't have the roster or the swap sides. Either way, we have an op for both sides of the equation. Constate was a constant force on the CT side, but Stamina, he's looking to be the very same for the CTs of Strife. Takes him down through the floor. Consti, not a chance in that one.
I wish I could see that from Stamina's point of view, because that's disgusting. I didn't even know that was a thing. So
Right through the floor and into the brains, kicking up some dirt along the way, giving him some tetanus in case the bullet doesn't do him in.
I mean, isn't tetanus from like metal, iron, rusted iron?
There's gotta be a. Well, I think it's dirt on the iron. The bullet is a metal of some sort.
Presumably copper.
We're getting the lore of the Magnum bullet. I don't know what. There's an ops round. It's a Magnum,
I want to
right?
say ops
Is
of
it a
308.
Magnum?
I want
I
to say
think
it's
it's only a
308.
308. There's no, it's only 308.
Pretty sure.
I don't know.
All right.
We'll have to leave that one for the buffs.
Oh, it's a 338.
Okay, that's a Lapua. That's a large round.
Yeah.
Eris. Does he
Big
go
boy.
through it? Timing's everything here. He goes through it. Doesn't get it. Silas saves his teammate. That was such a huge play from Eris. A heads-up play at that. Cxzi through the wall of secondary upper finds the kill. Taking up the mantle of primary. Another as well, trading out his teammate Tender. And somehow Vendetta find their way brawly in style into the A site. They get the plant down. Snakes and Infinite. They have M4s, but no utility and no kit. And they have no stake in the round. They're holding for exits before falling, but it's going to be a 10th for Vendetta.
It will be a 10th for Vendetta. Well done from Silas to cover his teammate Cxzi with the entries after that. And that's a lead for Vendetta here on Inferno. I think it's their first lead of the game as well. And can you say Shades of Nuke? Anybody? Because I sure can. Been saying it since like round 4. Nice exit onto Infinite. The Snakes will stay alive though. Nobody can chase him down. But yeah, Nate, during World War II, the U.S. made pennies out of steel because the copper was used for ammunition.
That makes sense. Copper core is kind of a big deal. Kind of common.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure a 338 is a copper bullet with a brass casing, as per usual.
The company that makes pennies had to lobby the government to keep making them because, in fact, pennies are more expensive to make than they are currently worth.
Yes, they are.
A crazy state of affairs. Aggression towards banana.
The value of the copper is worth more than the penny.
That is also true. Copper is a hot commodity, conductive. It's a brawl towards banana. They keep coming through. What's going on, Silas?
I don't know.
One and done. It's Vendetta's turn to try and get aggressive, trying to do their best Strife impression, but it's not working out. 2 versus 3. Tender in the apartments will find one. Good kill to Joel. The second towards the arch. Oh, timing's everything. Does he get the spray? No. He does so much damage, but Eris does emerge victorious. Consti, though, is giving away back into it. He knows that player in Eris is low. The question is, can he get the kill? Eris in the smoke, walking forward. Oh, he has his own little cubby here. This is perfect for him. He's just going to bide his time, jumping up. Will he find the kill? Yes, eventually. The op shot misses, and Eris will seal the deal. It's neck and neck. It's back and forth. It's going to be exactly like Nuke Bogs.
It is, isn't it? It's... Yeah. Scrappy.
There's no
back
words.
and forth.
It's
Ugly. It's not pretty
sure
Counter-Strike.
everybody's going to purge this one from their minds.
I'm
Feels
going
like
to
a
dream
certainty.
about this all night long.
Nightmares, Bogs. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
For my one REM sleep cycle I'll get.
We're seeing
MP9
a-
for Infinite.
Cxzi has his op, still has the stamina, but stamina had a far harder time with it. It's a slow, more passive hold from Strife. 11, 2 make that 3 on B. They're making the right read thus far. First at bat with the MP9 stamina. Oh no, he's going to be the spearhead yet again. The issue is it's kind of a one and done. Flash will come in. This is a very solid position for Infinite. He'll find one before he's done. Stamina fires a shot off, doesn't connect, but he'll get to reposition. Better though, we're not dissuaded from the site like Strife think they are. Snakes has his work cut out for him here. Good nade. Damage on the Chomp and Silas. Doesn't give away any noise cues or any information. It's going to be Snakes alone on the B site. Here comes the take. 1 is a necessity. 2 would be great, but given his positioning, I don't think he's going to find 2. DK in hand. Spotting the first. Doesn't get the kill. There we go. Doubles back. Finds it. And now it's time to bide time. Sitting in the smoke. Just hoping for something. Peeking out. Doesn't find it. Tender gets the trade. 15 seconds left. The bomb plant will come through. But this retake is definitely possible for Strife, especially with this timely double flank.
Nice little shot on Eris. Stamina misses the jump by Tender in towards Dark. Joel's creeping up. Looking for something towards New Box. They know one's in Dark, and they have found New Box. They know where Tender is. He swings out wide. Takes the fight, but he loses the duel. A scrappy victory, but a victory nonetheless for Strife. They will get back into the lead again. This one starting to really get messy here. And for Strife, they're staying just a little bit ahead. Vendetta keeping the bomb plants coming, keeping the money up, being able to buy again. I don't think they'll have the op for Cxzi, though, which is a bit of an issue. Tender might pick it up, but I don't think they'll go for it. They'll go for the rifles, chop on a MAC-10. Cxzi probably joining him there with a MAC-10 as well. No, just a Deagle. AKs on 3, MAC-10 Deag. Interesting choices from Vendetta here. Really having to be frugal. Stamina run boost down towards middle. There goes Cxzi. Nice little opening from Stamina, trying to heat up into this game as he's gotten a little more quiet as the night has worn on.
Definitely has. But again, it's the thing with Vendetta. Everybody's kind of just pulling their weight. We have players, the lowest is Cxzi. You might call them out. 12 kills is still decent. Not the best, but still doing what's required. And top frag is Cxzi at 19. Cxzi's cooled off entirely. I think he had 19 and a half. Or something dang close to it. Now just pop out of the apartments. Vendetta hoping to find something. Even trays this far. Stamina in the pit has a very difficult task with the op, but he'll find one while Snakes falls. 3 versus 2 secured. Question is, can he find another? Being bullied by the utility. Good smoke. He spots the head. Good shot from Stamina. He doesn't miss those. It's just chop on sight. MAC-10 in hand. 1v3. Boxed in. He'll find the headshot on the first. A headshot on the second. Not quite the kill. That looks very scary for a second there. I thought the MAC-10 would have pulled it off. But no. Strife secure it. 12-10. And now 4 away from closing it out. The question is, can they get it? It feels like they've been unable to secure the series once they find series point.
Yeah, they choked 5 of them on the last map. And they've not really been able to establish that economy still. I know we've been harping on it, but it's a pretty critical thing. Not losing too many players, winning your rounds clean. It definitely makes your life easy. And it puts you in a position where you're not exactly a one and done. You don't have to consistently keep winning to be able to get a buy up. Vendetta going to force into this one again. Their bomb plant not really giving them enough to buy. Tech 9, Mac 10, Deagle, 2 Galil is a pretty ugly one. And Stamina's going to pull a Cxzi here. He's going to go all the way down, holding in towards T Apartments with the op in hand. But everybody on the Vendetta side going the long way around, up into Apartments through the bedroom. Could put Stamina to sleep here. He's got no support. Is he even going to expect this? What's he going to do?
So jumps. So scary. He gets out of the apartments in the nick of time, jumping out the balcony, far end. That player towards porch is in for an ugly surprise. Unless Eris can really come in big with the supporting fire. Goals falling back, looks for it, is caught. Chop, excuse me, takes him down with the combined fire from Silas. Eris on site now, it's coming big, only good for one. Stamina on the op is smoked off, effectively useless here. Almost finds the shot through the smoke. But no. It is a 4 versus 3 post plant. And even with just Galil's and Mac 10 and a lone AK, Vendetta should be able to hold off in this post plant.
Keyword should. In fact, Strife might not even commit to this, which would be a big change in their mentality. And not a bad idea at all. Because they don't have money. They lose all their players, they're broke. It's a tie game. 12 all. So they're going to save here, try and have some money to go into the next round. Snakes actually gets an upgrade too. He's going to hold his nerve. He's not going to go in. Silas dies to the bomb. Only 2 players survive for Vendetta now. That's a bit of a rough ski. Oh, only a Galil for Snakes. It's better than the MP9, that's for sure. And it's basically an M4, but slightly worse. Not too bad at all.
Slightly worse, but get the job done. Looking at the investment. It's rifles across the board, at least for Strife. No MP9s, but from Mosses you hate to see for Eris and Joel's. Vendetta, some growing pains as well. They have a Galil on Chop, but they do have the op to challenge the likes of Stamina. And Cxzi does not miss this time around. He takes him down. That is a big one to find, and Strife at this point has to recover it. Eris will grab it. Never mind. He's caught through the smoke. Cxzi spamming it. He knows that player's going for the op, and he finds the timing on the shot, no less. 2 versus 5 now as Silas spams infinite as well through the smoke. Oh, there's a gap in it. There was a gap. It's just Joel's and Snakes. Joel's smoked off towards the arch. Snakes over towards B. At this point, the round is pretty much guaranteed to be one for Vendetta.
Joel's can change the tide, though. He gets the first, sprays away for another, but he's going to get the kill and back away. Another save call for Strife here. And maybe if they would have saved a bit earlier or kept players alive, they could have, you know, not been in this position at this stage of the game. Just saying. But in the end, AK upgrade for Joel's. It's better than nothing. But at this point, 4 rounds for either team. It's GG. It's qualification, or at least staying alive in this qualifier for ESL Challenger Melbourne. And Vendetta. They found ways to stay in the game, come back into it late. They're going to look to win in regulation this time. Avoid going all the way to OT.
Somehow it just keeps on going back to a tied ball game. Again, it's scrappy, it's ugly, it's a street fight. There are no rules. There's no pauses called either. Strife with those save weapons, what can they do? I'll get something together. 4 rifles and an MP9. They do have kits, they do have good enough utility. It's pretty decent, all things considered. Cxzi, though, has been the one to find the openings with the op. Can he do so again here on Banana? Snakes was sticking around, but already thought better of it. Where has he? He's doubling back with some utility in hand. There we go. He just fell away. Rush comes through. They're just getting control. It's a heavy B lane. It does really feel like the strap books are out the window, Bugs.
It feels like everybody's brains are out the window. Their brains are on their pillowcases. Their bodies are still here. fighting to stay alive. Again, ATK dispatching EG Black 2-1, their final in that upper bracket final. So ATK will await the winner of this versus EG Black. Infinite forces a triple stack here. The boost up is dealt with nicely. Air is only one in return. Sprays wildly, and Stamina comes through to save the day. But Tender, he's come alive, and he's bringing this to a 1v2. Molotov to isolate Stamina, who goes forward and kind of blocks the bomb, or the molly onto the bomb. Tender will risk the damage. Stamina pushes into the fire. He dies!
I was going to say self-immolation, but he does die. Nevertheless, he finds the kill. He does secure the round, but again, it's costly for Strife. They don't get to keep players alive, whether it's T-side or CT side. They make it as close as possible. Margins are slim, and so the buy is beleaguered. Opt for Stamina, sure, but an M4, a FAMAS, a second M4, and an MP9, it's still desperate. Same could be said for Vendetta as well. No bomb plant means they're going to have to really cut corners, go littles for 3, Tech 9 for Cxzi. And again, it's just ugly. It's ugly, it's desperate, it's scrappy. Stamina posted on the angle. Can't get the shot this time around.
Taking that shot to the floor again, maybe. I would love to see that. But maybe we'll just have to go back and watch the VOD or the demo. Molly's flash is going in towards B. 3 players here and make it only 2 as the pistols run in, but Infinite sprays down a pair to trade this one back into a man advantage for Strife. Utility being used to counter the pushes, and the spray goes wild. Chop catches off Infinite, and he's very low. Snake's still stuck on site. They know where he is, but he still sprays down one. The Molotov extinguishes. Chop trying to take out the man in the smoke, and Snakes, he's in the grass. It's high, it's tall, and he's caught. Chop through it. He strikes well, and Cxzi, last man alive. Shotgun opping, only 1, 2 alive for Strife, and they're 2 away from victory, and a rematch against EG Black tomorrow. Eris needs to wake up. Joels needs to wake up. The frag's much more consistent on the Vendetta side than Strife. Same story we saw on Nuke here, Nate. Vendetta able to win clean, Strife unable to win things unless it's down to the wire.
They luckily do have some breathing room, though. It's a save from Vendetta. They're giving away map and series point to Strife. Perhaps banking on the inability of Strife to win once they reach that match point. And they'll try to
They just don't want to, force into everything and lose because of it.
Yeah, I know. I was making a little bit of a snide comment there. Stamina being rushed upon, though, only finds one with the Tech 9 before falling. Infinite is going to try to prevent the recovery of that op. But he's also now in an awkward spot. Op picked up, is dropped once more. 1 and 2, but Salas finally picks it up, finally finds one. Snakes on the site, has to limit the bleeding. Again, these rounds have been anything but convincing. Cxzi, he's still lurking around towards the arch side. Oh, nearly misses the timing on Joel's. Palm is doubling back. This is an opportunity for Vendetta. There's the head. Cxzi punishes the missed at 1 dig, and Joel's hears the steps, finds the kill. 3 players survive. The M4s are recovered as well. In Strife now, we've seen them in this situation before. The question is, can they actually close it? 3 series points this time on Inferno.
3. In regulation. They lost 3 in a row in overtime on Nuke. They're going to try and close it out here and now. The buy from Vendetta. Not ideal, but it's better than nothing. It's better than if they would have forced in the last round. Galil for Cxzi. AKs on the rest of the squad. There's the op for Stamina. Era's going to molly down towards bottom mid, though. The op's going to go towards B, mixing it up for Strife. And actually, it's going to be the solo holder. Snakes goes 1 for 1, Infinite down. And Snakes takes a lot of damage on that banana push. A mix-up, a change-up of play from Strife, but it's read well by Vendetta. They were sitting off speed. They knocked that one into the outfield. It's dropped down. Can they get more? Joels goes down swinging. Chop catches Eris. Bomb's caught down bottom ramp, but it doesn't matter. Stamina's got the bomb, but he's got 3 to find. The op in his possession, and not for much longer. Misses a critical shot. Lets a nade fly, and there's nobody wounded enough nearby to die to that. Cxzi's playing farther back. The op ran out of ammunition. Cxzi with a long-range spray. And Strife cannot close out a map.
And another money's poor. We're going to see 30. And we didn't see a tag pause. We've seen no tag pauses. We saw like 1, I think, at one point.
Yeah, I think that was a Vendetta call, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think Strife have called one.
Not even just in this map, this whole series. They got a technical pause when Stamina went AFK for the overtime in map number 2. But other than that, I don't think we've actually seen a proper Strife timeout. It's full pistols, 4 USPs, 1 P2K versus a suite of AKs, and of course the op for Consti. Who, by the way, had a heck of a series, Consti. 24 kills on this one. Crossed the 30-digit threshold on map 2. Stellar performance from him. Stellar performance from his whole team. Cxzi a little bit quieter on this map at 15, but again, doing enough, all things considered, especially with a stand-up performance from his teammate. Silas catches Infinite walking through the smoke. And it's just pistols. You don't expect much from these. Maybe a kill, 2 if they're lucky. And they're just getting cut down like some domestic grass. Snakes does find 1. Nice double dink onto Cxzi. Just can't catch a break. Stamina, 1 versus 4. 1 kill would be too much to ask at this point.
It would be a little bit of a boon. It wouldn't really make too much overall difference, though, unless Stamina's able to escape with a gun. Eris at $1,400. He's broke. He is done on money. Well, Nate. 1,700 on Joel's is not much better. And the loss bonus for Strife will only be second round if memory serves me right. It's $1,900. As if it couldn't get poorer. Seems to get worse and worse for Strife. Stamina goes down. Okay, no, the loss bonus was better than I expected. But still, Harris and Joel are not in a great spot. Oh, no, it was 1,900. I'm just not doing my math right.
At this point, we're both fried. Well, we've been live for like, what, 9 hours or something like that? We've been on call since like 1 my time. So yeah, we're approaching 10
Yeah,
hours.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I can definitely forgive the math errors. It's a solid buy for Vendetta, no questions there.
No kit.
4 AKs the op, good utility. No kit, cutting corners. The MP9 for Eris, the FAMAS for Joel's. Stamina does at least have his op, but it's been a mixed bag at best on the CT side.
Mixed bag indeed, but Stamina's got that first pick, exactly what Strife needed to try and close this one out. Try and finish this one off in regulation. Messy duel by Infinity, does so much damage, but he can't get the kill onto the Opper of Consti. Sticks around a little bit too long, and he pays for it. 4v4, gives a lot more room for Vendetta to work with. So they take their time and reset in towards T-spawn, getting ready to go towards A from the looks of things. The early postulations and positionings seem to hint towards that. Apps is the call. 2 players to defend, a FAMAS and an MP9 on site. Eris and Joel's, the 2 players with the least amount of kills on Strife, have to do so much work.
An astronomical amount of work. Heavy hitters taken down, that was Infinite. Here comes the play. A straight apartments pop. The MP9 on site drops some Molotov, tried to delay, but Joel's can't find anything. Now Eris just has to survive. Force these players into close range fights. Eris blinds himself. Player in pit spots him jumping up. Tender takes him down. 2 versus 4. Stamina and Snakes have to fight for it. It's round number 30 after all. But too many angles. No chance. The Stamina misses its first shot. Snakes, though, does find the first, and Consti is low in big pit, or little pit, excuse me. Snakes tinge forward. Stamina drops Consti. Okay, now it's doable. Stamina, another tender, though, in the pit finds the trade. It's a 1v1 for Stamina. No kit either. He has to press forward, and he has to get the kill now. He spots the shoulder, but doesn't pull the trigger. Can he get the kill? He gets the no-scope, but no kit. Or is there? Is there one on the site? No?
No.
We're going to overtime, Boggs. We're going to overtime.
And we're doing what?
We're going to overtime. No breaks either. Don't forget. We learned that last time.
What's overtime?
What's overtime? This is overtime. This? Now this is epic. There we go. I was worried for a second. I thought we might have a pause. I thought we might have a pause for a second. I was like, are we going to break? Are we not? I don't know. but we're not. Tactical timeout used by Vendetta. And keep in mind, the magic number is 19, ladies and gentlemen. A team has to get 19 rounds to close it out. Or 4 of the next 6. Strife, they're on the CT side, but again, both teams feel like they were T-sided in this one.
But remember what happened on Nuke, where both teams were T-sided in the regulation period. Everyone was CT-sided, and we had a double overtime match where Vendetta won it. And Strife, they blew 5 match points in that one. They blew 3 already. What's to say they can't blow more?
Okay, come on. I didn't mean to jinx it the first time I said that. It was so bad. I'm so sorry.
No, I've been saying it the whole map, dude. I saw this coming from like round 4. I'm not surprised. I'm just disappointed. I was expecting this. I'm like, all right, yeah, Strife's doing the same exact thing. It's going to be the same exact thing. Scrappy buys lead to no money at critical junctures where they end up losing and they can't close things out. And the more the pressure mounts, the more mistakes they make. Blinded out, no trade. Cxzi with a double entry. Should be able to find the third on the snakes as well. Wide swings in, no trade. Is actually they abandoned Danny. Interesting decision there. And that gives Strife a little bit of wiggle room, but Vendetta should be able to win this round regardless, thanks to that double entry on Banana from Cxzi.
How far we've come. Cxzi, Cxzi, to Cxzi. Consti catches the player probing. That Snake's getting too big for his britches. So Joel's and Eris, the 2 A defenders, now split up. 1B, 1A. It's Eris tucked back behind the sandbags. There versus 80% of Vendetta at this point. Everybody minus Cxzi, who had a very critical moment to come alive there. That double entry. Just a slow, purposeful crawl towards A. Joel's in the pit. Has to do it all if he wants to keep his team alive in this one. Here's the drop. That's the first of many. Smoke down. Second step. Molotov the third. Second secured, but nothing more. Constantly gets the trade. Very good quick scope from the op. It leaves just Eris in the 1v2. Is he going to go for it? That's the question. I think he shall. Rather quick rotate around towards Struck side. But there is a player watching for it. Will he be ready? Will he be wise to tender sitting up top of Graveyard? Nope.
He will not be. Good shot by Tender. Good round from Vendetta. Great start from Cxzi. Without that, surely isn't as easy for the Vendetta boys to win, but they are able to get that start, and they carry it over into a victory, something which Strife have struggled to do on multiple occasions, is take a good start from an individual and get that into a clean round. So, good work from Strife here, or from Vendetta here. Strife just struggling. They buy up again, but they were not able to get things going on their CT side. Stamina tries to get things started by pushing in through that smoke, but doesn't spot anybody and has to back away. A tag from Infinite, who's gone for a secondary op. Cxzi's down very low. The nade's taking him to the brink of death. He's going to run down Infinite, though. And the start goes the way of Vendetta again, looking to close out this series. They've played 6 maps of Counter-Strike. This is their 3rd overtime of the night as well. Their mental must be in the gutter. They must be tired, but they're still getting kills into a 3v3 as Silas goes 1 for 1. Bomb to be recovered, and a 2-1 split in defense from Strife.
2-1 defense, and thus far Vendetta have made the right reads. The question is, can they get control quickly enough? That's a jump. Trying to get the hero gets the dink, but not the kill. Second player has rotated quickly enough. It's Eris. The question is, can he actually get the kills? Pushing forward, no is the answer. Tender beheads him. And at this point, Stamina has to save. He won't be able to get Nop in the following unless he does so. I see that, but it looks like he's going for it. Pressuring up middle towards brackets. 1v3. Again, these aggressive plays from Stamina either look like the greatest masterpieces or the biggest fires. Biggest collapses. He'll peek into it constantly, finds the kill. And there we go. That's the collapse. 17-15. Vendetta looking to clean sweep their T side of overtime number 1. And then from there, it's only a short walk to one more round to close it out. in second half of the overtime.
A mag 7 for stamina. The Pwn alone special. M4s on the rest, a kit on 2, utility available for everybody but the in-game leader of Strife, who's playing the half wall, flashes in, 1 and 2 on the swag! But Silas trades it back as Infinite gets nade stacked into oblivion from Sandbags. 3v3, good trade, still favoring the T's side. That Molotov will expire shortly and allow Silas and Cxzi to aggress up towards B. They're waiting for Tender to regroup with the boys, though. They're waiting for him to join up and go in. Snakes the lone man here. Infinite stamina removed. Snakes has been solid this map, but he's going to have to be a hero.
You told him he could have bought a smoke. He must have already used it.
He did.
But yeah, the Molotovs could force him out if they throw him. It's actually going to be a contact play. It appears Cxzi taking point. Walking in with the op. You look in the right direction at the right time. While he's coming in, I think Snakes will survive. He will dance around it, spamming, pre-firing. Doesn't get the kill cleanly. Does so much damage. There we go. Finds one. Flashes to support. He finds the second. Actually, Eris does with the nade. Kobe. It leaves just Tender. A 1 versus 3. It looks like the clean sweep for Vendetta will not come to fruition. Just tries to walk away. Tries to walk in. Tries to parse apart these players, but to no avail. Snakes a massive triple kill on the hold. He's come alive at a critical juncture for the likes of his squad, for Strife. The question is, can they actually pull it off? That's the question.
Can they pull it off? Well, they have to win 3 in a row to win it here in this overtime period. Vendetta, just 2. Cxzi's op has been a menace. Man sitting above a 2.0 KD. There's 3 players on the verge of a 30 bomb on Vendetta. Meanwhile, Strife, they have all the AKs. No op for stamina, interestingly enough. They're electing to go all rifles. Vendetta. Do they get to map and match point? Do they get to match point first here? First to 19, as you can see on the screen. Little nade damage from Cxzi. Spots, I believe, ahead of Infinite, as he's ready for that after the reload happens, but Molotov will force him away. Looking around the smoke, he does spot out Infinite, but he's going to stay and back away. He's not going to sit around for that fight. The nade thrown in from his teammate does help out significantly as well. I believe that was Chop throwing that in, so good little bit of nade damage. Infinite down to half HP. Boost up over the half wall. Cxzi, he's around that. Molotov flashed in. Doesn't get the right timing, but now he's in a 1 and done. He's going to need some serious help. Molotov damage, tonking stamina down to 43 HP. So much damage done. And Strife, struggling, trying to get on through. Stuck in banana with nothing to do.
No control. 35 seconds left. They have enough utility for a take, sure. They've not pulled a rotation away. In fact, they've actually drawn the ire of a third. That's Silas rotating into B as the take comes through. 2 players on top of first and second. Orange's Chop will drop down. 16 in the meanwhile drops 1. Chop a second, combining fire. And Silas through the smoke finds 1, 2, and Chop the third. It's a shutout. And we do have Vendetta at last securing 2 series points here. And what a comeback this would be. Keep in mind, they've been on the brink for so long. In map number 1, they lost 10-16. In map number 2, they barely stayed alive after giving away 5 series points to Strife. And now here they stand ready to send Strife out of the closed qualifier.
Kicking him off. And going up into a matchup against DG Black, I think that's a winnable for Vendetta if they can continue playing this way. If they can play like they have the second 2 maps and actually clean things up. Cxzi goes aggressive 1 for 1. Snakes down low as well. Counter utility thrown by Chop to buy time. Silas joins the party, but there's still 3 players here. Nade goes in. Chop pushing, but he will not go all the way through. Infinite going through the smoke, not blinded as Chop, and not daunted either. Sprays for more. Snakes to 2 HP. Chop eats a lot, but he's going to be fine. Silas takes down to half HP, but Chop still sitting around the site. Has that friend. A lurk from Joel's can get dismantled, but actually he's going to yin-yang around, catch Tender in the back. That's going to throw everything into chaos for Vendetta. They're not going to know what's going to happen. That's going to signal a rotation back. Cxzi's making noise, and Joel's has shut him down. Bomb's going to go down for Strife here, and will Chop and Silas even attempt a retake? Surely they probably will, given the fact that it is in overtime, and they have money. But it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign at all for Vendetta. They've left an opening very well exploited by Joel's.
Yeah, we talked about this is where players make mistakes when the fatigue sets in. This is their second best of 3. We're on map 3, and we're on overtime of map 3. Approaching what? It's 11 o'clock my time, 2 a.m. on the East
2
Coast.
2 a.m. Eastern, yeah.
It's Monday. It's the start of the week, and we're up at 2 a.m. on the hustle and grind. It's absurd. Chop and Silas, they're going to save. You mentioned they might not go for it. They will, in fact. The AKs are exotic pieces of weaponry. They want to bring it to the following. And we're going to round number 36, ladies and gentlemen. Can Strife stay alive? Can they hang on? Or will Vendetta find the coveted 19?
Will they find 19? A timeout used by Vendetta. They want that 19th, and they're going to use their timeouts. Oh, brother. This one doesn't seem like it wants to end. Just wants to give us bonus Counter-Strike after bonus Counter-Strike. Feels like we've been watching the BO5 right now, Nate.
You've been watching so much Counter-Strike that at this point we should be a shoo-in for Counter-Strike 2. Honestly.
Please, Valve.
I feel like we've gotten our hours in at this point. We've paid our penance. This has been painful. It's been a slog. It has not been pretty, Counter-Strike. We've said that time and time again, ad nauseum.
Yep.
And it's still, despite the fact that they have all the rifles, all the glitz and glamour they need, it still feels like a street fight. It still feels brawly. Like both teams are holding grudges and both teams are trying to punch under the table. It's instinctual, animalistic. I don't know. It's desperation. Teams are trying to throw in a little bit of minutia to find openings, like Tender playing in towards Boiler, for example. Trying to catch out Joel's. Strife grouping up towards middle, potentially towards A. 5 players here that are forced to play respectfully. 3 towards A, 2 towards B, the normal standard setup. Strife beginning to work their way, to worm their way into brackets.
Smoke's coming in. Tender tosses the molly smoke, and Silas up on sight will take down one, but he swings out wide, can't get the next. Tender misses the A4 spray. Eris and Infinite very low, but Stamina gets another one. It's a double man advantage now for Strife as they look to take us to overtime too. Not to end this one yet. Cxzi caught through the smoke by Joel's, and surely we're going to the second overtime. It's T-sided all the way through. Strife finding a way to stay alive. And Cxzi, what can he do on the verge of 30? Maybe 1 just for pride. And that's about it. Caught by Infinite. Overtime 2 secured. Double match point choked by Vendetta.
Boggs, that was a 3 versus 4 that was recoverable. You know what solidified it as a 2 versus 4 and unwinnable? It was Stamina shooting through the speedway smoke into library, killing a player. Just shooting it up through the expected angle, a very niche angle. I don't think you got to line it up either before the smoke bloomed, excuse me. And finding the kill, but it was on the chop. This map is I don't know. I'm flummoxed. I'm at a loss for words at this point. They have a pause called. It looks to be a technical. Hopefully, it's just like a bio break or something similar, you know, because this has been a ridiculously long series. But my oh my, Strife. They can't win. They can't lose either.
That's the problem. If you can't close out a game, that's a big problem. They had match points. They had series points. They weren't able to convert it. And then Vendetta get the advantage and can't convert it themselves. It's a bio break.
Gotta be, yeah.
We have that
Hopefully
confirmed.
Oh, we do. Yeah.
Shouldn't be that
Hopefully
long.
it was a short one as well. Makes sense though. Keep in mind, these players have been playing for so long. We've been sitting here for so long. It's only been 9 hours on broadcast. I guess so.
Hey, give or take.
It's an absurdly long time though. Alex, I want to let you know, I've been writing in my notebook every time I think we're on map point. Like I write, okay, we're gonna surely see 16. Okay, we're gonna surely see 19, and I write down the 19 preemptively, and then we.
You should
never get
probably
it.
stop that.
Yeah, I just erased it. I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again.
Can you not? Can you not jinx us?
It's just so funny. It's so funny how it always happens. It's so funny. It's poetic, really.
Haven't you learned your lesson yet?
I
You
did that on
tempt
Nuke as
fate.
well. I did that on Nuke. It's just. Oh, man.
Ye who tempt the fates. Oh boy. Overtime 2, everybody. First to 22. Ops for both sides. Sprays for both sides. About equivalent damage for both sides. Nade goes in, and Cxzi is bloodied and finished off by snakes. Somebody's going to have to win this one at some point or another. We'll see how long it takes.
Maybe this game can go on as long as that Wimbledon match did, so that we can just have like a break to the next day. You know? That possible?
The Isner, John Isner.
I think
Wimbledon
so.
match?
They had to take a break.
Yeah, it's like a
3-day match.
15-hour something long game. The tiebreak on the final set.
Yep. Get the win by 2 in that. No overtimes. And well, speaking of overtime, it's an oversight. It's Strife walk into the firing line. 3 fall. Stamina, a nice little fade away there, but 1v3, no bomb, and a player behind him. Nothing can save him there. Chop takes him down. 19-18. Somehow, Vendetta continue to find the lead. In spite of adversity, in spite of losing the opening, no less, with Cxzi dropping on Banana, they still win this one handedly.
That's a good recovery from Vendetta. A good start on their CT side. As they look to finish this one off. They won the last one in double overtime. Maybe it's going to take double overtime here on Nuke again. Or here on Inferno, I should say. No, okay, there still is the op for Consti. I didn't see it for a second there. I was looking at Stamina's position and didn't see the op on Chop, who's in Stamina's position on the HUD. Air is going to just charge up. Silence has all the sound cues. Has the low HP player. Swings out for 1. Does about half damage onto more. There's an opportunity now in the 4v4 for Strife. Consti needs the shot. He connects that, and he goes back for more. Spots the arm, spots the gun, holds his nerve. Doesn't shoot prematurely. As Infinite pops out of apartments, and he's sent back. He's evicted from the property. Consti tries to get another, but he is dropped by Stamina up close and personal, who has another shot. 1v1, the bomb in his possession, and Cxzi is the last man alive for Vendetta. Stamina rather sprinting back towards B. Cxzi will join him most likely. Or he might just be a little bit late in the op, holding on the B site. So strong in that position. Stamina should be able to win this one and bring it to a tie score at 19 all. Cxzi edging back towards B. Now knows exactly what's at hand.
Who doesn't?
Danny.
He's on A.
Danny. He's B. There
Wake
you
up,
go,
Danny.
buddy. He's dead.
Nope. Leg through the wall. This is a gift. Okay. Don't tempt him twice, Danny. Cxzi drops. Stamina finds the kill. What was that, a 1v3? Was it a 1v3?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, okay. This game never ceases to surprise.
I like how
Stamina.
you said surprise.
Yeah, I was really trying to get my inflection right on that one. I'm glad it came through with the just the right amount of frustration.
Because it certainly hasn't impressed.
No.
Neither team winning the game.
I've never seen a slower train wreck. Truly.
This is like 2 Vespas just kind of bumping into each other at like half a mile an hour.
Yeah.
Or it's like, you know,
Don't
when
worry
you're
though.
in a grocery store aisle and you're trying to go around the other person, but they go the same way as you do, and then you try to go the other way, but they go that same way. That's what's happening right now. And
It's just been
nobody's able to go
5,000
past.
times back and forth, and no one's going
Yeah.
to give up. And somehow they're finding a way to beat each other up in the process. 5 versus 4 secured. Vendetta
Alrighty.
looking to at least find a 20th. Keep in mind, 22 is the magic lucky number.
22 is the loneliest number. Or is it I'm feeling 22? I don't know anymore.
I don't know.
Consti
Taylor
does,
Swift.
though. Is that Taylor? I don't even know who sings
That is
song.
that is Taylor Swift. That is Taylor
Oh.
Swift.
Okay. I don't think I've actually ever listened to that song in its entirety. I just know it from the memes. Cxzi, though. Memes infinite through the smoke. Eris and Stamina last two left. And it's not a pretty sight for Strife. Their win isolated on an island. They'll need 2 to stay alive. Vendetta, 2 to win. And there's a nice cleanup. 2019, 22 again, the magic number. Can Vendetta do it again? Or is Strife going to sweep it in 3 and take this one? Or, of course, we could go to OT3. Don't forget that.
Please don't say that, man. We've suffered enough. We've endured enough, Box.
Oh, it hasn't even begun.
I need closure at this point more than anything.
I feel so bad for our producer and observer too. Over
And
an
if they
evening
just stay up,
time.
if they just stay up for the rest of today, for them the rest of today, they can get back on a normal sleep schedule. They'll just pass out, and they'll be on a normal sleep schedule. It'll be great for them. What are you
That's
saying?
what they're gonna have to do. It's like, what, 9 a.m. for them?
Probably.
8 a.m.
Oh, it's a nice normal wake up time. Perfect.
Yeah. Time to wake up early over there. Oh, the sun's shining, probably. This started at about
11 their time?
p.m. their
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
It's
They
now
pulled an
8
all-nighter
a.m..
for this. Pulled an all-nighter for this one. They got their term paper turned in.
Yes, they did. Well, maybe. It hasn't ended yet. It's not the due time.
Guess so. Let's do it, class. And then walking in with the flash. They line up for him. A double. Strife.
No.
Somehow making it work with Infinite finding 3. Jumping over. Tags Cxzi as well. He will find the kill eventually with the op. But a 2 versus 4 makes it seem like a tied ball game is inevitable.
Tied ball game. Seems to be on the cards. Unless Tender and Consti have some magic in them. I don't know if I believe in magic right now, Nate.
I don't believe in anything. I'm genuinely apathetic. I'm beside
You
myself.
just
Const-
exist.
Back to Tender. Oh no! He finds the double entry. There's no chance. There's no shot that Vendetta
Surely
makes this work.
No,
Convincing post points. Convincing post points. Grouped up in pit. Both coming from middle. Stamina doesn't have his op either for those cracked flicks. And Consti now. Big opportunity. Playing around the smoke. Oh, he's going to walk up. Looking at the tight angle. Does he find it? No, he spots the shoulder instead. Double zooms. Finds the kill. Not the second, but the trade surely comes through. Snakes has no idea. Snakes is dead to right. Tender takes up. There we go. Gets the kill. It is 2 series points for Vendetta. They have secured the 21st. And again, we didn't believe in the magic, and that's exactly what we needed to say. The caster's curse is in full effect, Boggs.
Vendetta, 2 more match points. Can they do it? Who knows? But they're gonna sure as heck try and close this out. They want to go to bed too. It's late for them as well. Well, they say it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's currently potentially curtains for Strife. They can't string 2 in a row together. Stamina peeks into alt middle. Consti and Cxzi actually holding on to an op as well. Double ops on the T side of Inferno. He gets picked off by Stamina. What is happening in this game?
We had to ask ourselves that, what, 20 times now? 30 times?
Yeah, about every single round since Nuke started.
Yep, pretty much. It's been a fever dream. Constantly asking
More
ourselves,
like a nightmare.
what is going on? What's happening? I'll tell you right now. I have no idea. Cxzi dropped. 3 players above 30 kills at this point for Vendetta. A good flash and peek. Silas and Tender combined fire, find 2. And this might be it, Boggs. We might have finally reached the conclusion. They have a free A bomb site. They're going to go for the plant. They have the advantage. They have utility. And Chop on this late play towards Arch. Will find 1. Catch a stamina. Jumping for joy. Infinite in the cubby. Has to be the hero. Smoking forward flashes up as well, but Chop in the meanwhile takes down Snakes. It's just Infinite. A 1 versus 4, and it's surely not possible. He finds the first, spamming the smoke, tags the second, but on 40 HP, he's just delaying the inevitable. He's hoping to be gifted something, but Vendetta, they're keen to close this one out, throwing up yet another wall of obfuscating smoke. Infinite grasping at straws, desperately trying to just keep it going for a little bit longer, but he cannot delay it any longer. It is Vendetta who again bring it back from the brink. They shut down what was what effectively 10, maybe a little bit less, maybe 8 series points for Strife.
7.
7.
No, yeah, 8.
Okay.
8, because it was 3. It was 15, 12, and then